Hi, I'm Tzvi Deutsch, and today I wanted to talk about feeling guilty. I just had beautiful Rosh Hashanah in Uman. I can't really describe it to you, but it's just an amazing experience of Jews coming together, so many different kinds of people, and everyone just, in Uman at least, they leave the boxes at the door. Just a tremendously powerful experience of Achdus and coming together like you've never seen before. And people come there because they want to have that experience, and it's just a tremendous opportunity of feeling close to other people and close to Hashem, and also close to the teachings of Rav Nachman. And one of the things that Rav Nachman was famous for is teaching about the idea of forgetting about yesterday. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. What you did yesterday, that's gone. It's done. Think about right now, this moment. What can I do right now? What kind of positive action can I take? Can I do something nice for someone else? Is there something negative that I could avoid doing? Rav Nachman is just again and again. If you look at his teachings, he talks about not worrying about yesterday, and being that we're human beings and we're not angels. At least I'm talking about myself. Sometimes we do the wrong thing. We sin, we do the wrong thing, we do averos, we don't control ourselves, maybe don't daven, don't talk to Hashem, maybe we've got bad habits, maybe pigam habris, maybe not being careful about being shomer negiah, maybe Shabbat, not making brachas. And there's so many things we could have and it's easy to think, you think about it, to feel really down about it, to think, oh my God, like how am I ever going to change? How am I going to ever get better? I've done so many terrible things. I've done so many things that are against the rules. I'm never going to do tshuva. I'm never going to become a better person. And so we get down about ourselves, and what do? We go find another distraction, find something else to distract us, find some good food, some company, some type of thrill, and then we just go on. And then when it comes up again and we have that heavy feeling of guilt, guilt eats away at us, and we start to feel like, I can't change, I can't be different, and so we just kind of push away those feelings, and it leads to sadness, it leads to depression, and it doesn't have to be that way. My brothers, my sisters, it really doesn't have to be that way. And I want to explain something to you. Do you know which step of tshuva is guilt? There's 4 steps to tshuva. Is guilt number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3, 4? So I'll tell you the answer. The answer is none. Guilt is actually not listed as one of the steps to tshuva. There's no requirement to feel guilty. A lot of people don't know that. People think that that they have to. It's a cultural attitude. It's ingrained in us. I did something wrong. I have to feel guilty about it. If I don't feel guilty, there's something wrong with me. I remember years ago when I was an adolescent or going into my early teenage years, and I remember walking in the street one day and feeling very down about some quote-unquote terrible things that I've done, and I felt like I was damaged. And I was just brooding over it, and I was melancholy, I was sad. And then I realized there's just no reason to feel guilty. It's an absolute waste of energy. And I don't even know how I did it. I honestly don't know, but I do know that from that moment forward, I pretty much stopped dealing with guilt. And I started I still judged my own actions as either right or wrong. But I just didn't walk around with that heavy feeling of guilt. And the 4 steps to tshuva, since guilt is not one of them, it's admitting that you were wrong, stopping to do the wrong thing, regret for what you've done, and acceptance not to do it in the future. And I'm just going to touch on this. I don't want to get into this now, but the only one that's actually required in halacha, and that's a machlokes between, I think, the Rambam and the Ramban, is admitting what you did. Not to anyone else, by the way, just to yourself, to Hashem, privately, owning up to it. which is a fascinating thing, that's the only one that's required. And another very interesting thing is that the other three, stopping what you're doing wrong, having regret for it, and accepting not to do it in the future, are really all three different versions of the same thing. The past, the present, and the future. All about the same thing. Regretting what you did in the past, stopping to do it in the present, and accepting upon yourself not to do it in the future. Now, regret is not guilt, and I think that's so important to say. Hey, like if you do something wrong, it's between you and Hashem, and you can say, hey, I regret what I did. I feel bad that I did that. But that's not what guilt is. Guilt is just a negative emotion that sucks the energy out of you, and we just don't need it. So, why do we feel guilty? I think it's just because it's so ingrained in society. Maybe even a Christian thing, but I don't know that for sure. And it doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't help. It's not going to help you change. It's just going to help you get down. It's just not necessary. It's hard for me to say, well, you have to just stop feeling guilty. How do I do that? You just don't need to feel guilty. You really don't. You're a good person. You have so much potential. You care. You want to do the right thing. That is so much. You have the potential for so much greatness. And greatness is not achieved by feeling guilty. It's by taking one small step right now in the present. It's about doing one little thing. Because your choice is really only in the present. We talk about Bechira, having the choice to do the right thing. That only happens right now. That's only right now, in this moment. What am I going to do right now? What decision am I going to make right now to do the right thing, to do the good thing? What am I going to do? Am I going in this moment? What I did yesterday, it's just a passing thought. It's already done. It's gone. And tomorrow, I don't even know what's going to happen. Right now I can do something good. Right now I can accept upon myself to try to learn 15 minutes a day, send out a text message to somebody, and make a partner to do it. That I could do right now. But I don't need to worry about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. A little bit, but the focus is right now in this moment. In this moment I could do something good. Don't need to feel guilty. Just choose to do something good in this moment. And that is really how greatness is achieved. It's not achieved by suddenly doing something great. It's by making small decisions in the moment. And then over time you look back and you go, oh my gosh, how did I become this person? How did I do it? I'm so different than I used to be. I have so much more self-control. I'm doing much more good things. I'm talking to Hashem more often. I'm davening more. I'm learning more. I'm trying to become a better person. I have become a better person. And you look behind you and you see how far you've come. But it's only by doing these little things. But on the flip side, if let's say you don't take that small step, that little step now, in this moment, right now, the small thing, then you're going to look back and you're going to see years will go by, and unfortunately you'll look back and you go, oh, I couldn't even do that little thing, I couldn't do that little step. And that's a little scary. But it's so easy right now to take just that one step. And there's a famous Im lo achshavei masai. Im lo achshav, im lo achshavei masai. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you have the courage to do just one small thing right now, right now. Click away and do something good. Bye.